Hello everyone and welcome to Veterans in Crisis podcast. Today we have Steve Reay from Springboard. Today is a very special podcast. Today we actually announced that we've bought the ERV from Springboard, and Steve has been the driving factor in all that. All right, Steve?
Congratulations, Jay.
Thank you very much, mate. Thanks very much.
Congratulations on your purchase.
And thank you very much for not just selling us the building, but you being the driving force of us getting it in the first place. So
I think for us, and this is something, you know, Springboard and Vix has worked together for quite a while now. It just gives you the opportunity to have a permanent foothold in the city where you can build on what you've started. You know?
Well, the building's made a massive difference. So, if a bit of a backstory for people who don't know, we know each other. You contacted us, said, I've got this building in Roker. You didn't even know I was looking for a building in Roker. It just fit exactly what I wanted. Couldn't believe it. You know, I'd like to say it was luck, but obviously it wasn't. It was your foresight. But everything that I wanted was in this building, you know. Rented it off you, did it. Unfortunately, then it went up for sale. So I've had you obviously came as the new CEO, said, no worry, take your time, find the money. With a lot of hard work and a lot of help from people from around the city, people doing fundraising, people doing all sorts to make us the money, and some big funders putting money in. We've ended up where we are now, where we've managed to pay cash, no mortgage, and we own a building, which the work we've done during COVID, if we hadn't had the building, wouldn't have got done. There's no way we could have done it because Greg's used to be in my office before, so wouldn't have been COVID put a stop to that, you know.
I was going to say having your own building might have helped your waistline a bit if you're not using Greg's as your office, but I think COVID hasn't helped any of our waistline.
The good thing about that is, though, everyone else is fat as me, so you know.
we're all on the same level. I think one of what you've just said there about how it's come about. I think for you the uncertainty was renting somewhere, you know, and there was an issue under a predecessor where there was maybe some miscommunication or whatever, which meant you felt a little insecure, and you know, in the building. And I don't think that was ever the case. But giving you the opportunity to buy it and the support that your partners and your stakeholders have shown has been fantastic. It just shows you there's belief in what you do, and you're at the start of a journey. You know, you're at the start of the road, and you've got, pardon the pun, you've got a springboard now to use as your base.
That's what you wore that top for, wasn't it? You think, you know, I just got to get it in. I got to get it in. I honestly, it's made all the difference because the clients have been able to come here. We've used this place for people to drop food off and donations, and it's just been brilliant. You know, it's brilliant, and I won't lie, it's been the most stressful 18 months or 16 months or whatever it's been in my life. Even though you reassured us every 5 minutes when I was keep phoning you that it was going to be ours, just the fact that it mightn't have been, after all the hard work of getting it and getting it the way we wanted it, and having the clients ask us on a daily basis, different clients, what's happening with the building, you know.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, I just got other stuff to worry about now.
The stress starts now. Now that you've got it. And you know what? As much as I can say, the sale's agreed, it's yours, etc. Until the solicitors have signed the paperwork and all, you can never be 100% sure. So it is a stressful situation.
Well, it was. I mean, everyone around us was saying it's all right, and but it was down to me. You know, like at the end of the day, it was down to me. So I had to take that on board. And I'm talking about solicitors. Linda Scanlon, absolutely superb. Asked our advice. She ended up doing it for free, doing all the work for us for free. You know, which is
fantastic.
It's just testament to what the people of Sunderland have been like when I've asked. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, I didn't ask her to do it for free. I asked her advice of which type of solicitor I needed, and she was like, "Will they for free?" you know.
Uh-huh.
Not a second thought. It just straight in. I will do it for free, which saved us money, you know. And I kind of thank the people of Sunderland enough. Like,
No, it's great support. It's great support, isn't it?
It's brilliant, mate.
Sure.
Brilliant. I mean, just like you say, stakeholders. I mean, us and Springboard, we're starting this new thing with NG and Gen 2. I mean, do you want to talk a little bit about that? Because I did a podcast with Amy, which I'm sure you watch because you watch all my podcasts.
Of course.
Never miss one. And because of the last lockdown, when it was meant to start, now it's hopefully going to start soon, isn't it?
It is. So I think what we're waiting for is to give a background for people who's listening that might be interested in. It's about providing a training program with big partners. So we've got yourselves, NG and Gen 2 on board. And it's not just let's get the guys in and give them some training. It's about giving them some work experience on site, making sure they get some proper tickets that are recognised by the industry, and giving them that opportunity. If they do want to go into that industry, they've got the chance with people like Gen 2 and NG, you know. And obviously COVID-19 got in the way. So I think we did the initial press release photos 6 months ago, maybe it's now. It might have been as long as that. COVID got in the way. Department of Education put a stop on all face-to-face. But we're just waiting for I think what we're waiting for is the technical staff of Gen 2 and NG just saying, this is when we can deliver the on-site, or this is good to go, I think. And I think your guys is ready to sign up, aren't they?
Well, we decided on 6 to start with, didn't we? Because this is the pilot, and I have got the 6 names. I'm hoping the 6 names, because obviously it's been 6 months, I'm hoping the same six people want to do it. I haven't bothered contacting them yet because we haven't got a start date. But there'll be other people that want to step in because it's such a good course where, I don't want to give a disservice to the Dole, but it's not the type of thing where the Dole says you've got to get on this course or you're going to get your money. It's not that. You know, this is something where there's a realistic prospect of getting a job. You know, I wouldn't do that to people because I was actually, I'll tell you a story, actually. I'm digressing a little bit, but so when I was starting VIX, I had to sign on, but I didn't want any money off them. All I wanted to do was sign for my stamp because I had money. I didn't want to fill all the forms in. I didn't want grief and that. And the woman would give us loads of shit in the door, right? And she was like, no, you can't be doing that. And then she said I should get a job in a chicken factory through SEAM, right? And I was like, right, that's a little bit different from starting me on service up. She said, no, that's what you've got to do. So in the end, cut a long story short, I didn't get me stamp. I didn't sign. And then fast forward about 2 years, the Dole asked us to do a talk, and she was in the audience. And I was like, that woman there telling me not to do this, telling us to get a job. Did
you put her on the spot, did you? That would have gone down well.
I did. And everyone else thought it was brilliant. She wasn't so keen, but everyone else was brilliant. But it just goes to show, I was lucky. I had money in the bank. You know, if you're in a position where you rely on that bit of dole or bit of benefits, you get forced into them things. This is completely different from working in a chicken factory. We might get free Nando's, but you know, it's completely different from being up at 6 o'clock in the morning murdering chickens, isn't it? It just shows you know, how your life can be steered by just somebody in your background, so you can get 70 quid or whatever dole is, you know.
And it is a problem. I mean, obviously we do a lot of adult unemployment stuff, and there is an issue with some people being mandated, you know, and mandated training isn't always the best thing for somebody, because if they're forced onto it and it isn't what, you know, their end goal is, it can have a negative effect. And often, if they haven't got the wherewithal to set up their own service like you, it can take them backwards. So it's a fine balancing line, you know. And obviously, the people in the job centre, they've got a job to do, haven't they? They're judged on how many people they move forward, and in their eyes, that's moving forward, you know.
Stinking a chicken and getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. How shit's your life before that? I've actually met some lovely people in the job centre, I must say now, who have actually volunteered to be Armed Forces champions. You know, we've got now we've actually got 5 covering the whole area, whereas we had one before, which I thought was brilliant. However, that person has days off. Because now, did you know this? The door work on a Saturday. The door work on a Saturday. Ugan's looking for a job on a Saturday. Surely you've got to have some time off.
When's that started? That must be new.
No, she works a Saturday, but she gets a Monday off if she works a Saturday. So
right.
Just probably weird. Like I was like, no one's gonna go looking for a job on a Saturday, man. You know, there's nothing else to do.
Well, there's no pubs open, so nobody's hung over on a Saturday morning now.
But the door's not even open. It's all telephone. So,
right.
You know, God. So
everything's now, isn't it? Call centre and.
It is, mate. It is. So I forgot what we're talking about now. To be honest,
we're talking about
the NG
mandated training and opportunities, positive opportunities.
Yes.
So yes, the new construction program is about if your guys want to work in the construction industry, and Boris has got his initiative Build Back Better. So you look in Sunderland, there's houses going up everywhere. So it is a booming trade to get into. I mean, bricks and mortar's always a good background to have. But this is built around what employers want, how we can help your guys get them to where they want to be. And some will try it and think, oh, this is not for me. But at least they've tried it, and they're moving forwards rather than thinking, I'd love to be a builder one day and never actually giving it a go, But really, I mean, you look at the backing we've got from Gen 2 and NG with John and Amy on board. And I think any of the opportunities there, anybody who shows the slightest bit of promise have got a future in construction with the companies.
Well, that's what sort of ignited me excitement about it when they actually said that. If they're good, there's a good possibility of them getting full-time work, because that's exactly what I think when you put somebody into something and they've got that at the end, why wouldn't you want that? I understand that some people are on benefits and they want to stay on benefits, but they're not the people that we would be putting on these type of courses anyway. No. So people who actually dying to get into the trade. I mean, something as simple as the CSCS card, you have to pay for them and that. And I mean, you're supplying them, aren't you?
Yeah, we do the CSCS card for free. You've got to do a health and safety qualification now as part of it, but something as simple as that. I mean, I call it the Willy Wonka golden ticket, because often that is the gatekeeper from getting onto a site and no matter what role you want to go into, you've got to have a CSCS card, so it's for somebody who wants to get in the industry, it's the Willy Wonka's golden ticket. So it's great for us to be able to offer that training as well to other adults as well as your guys.
You do a lot of adult and kid training, don't you?
We do. Our core business, for those who don't know what we do, our core business is for 16 and 19-year-olds, so those who might not want to go to college. And I did put a big sign up in our unit in the bridges next to the college in the window saying "College not for you," because which went down a storm, I'm sure you can imagine. But we are a viable alternative to college, so young people who they might not like the scale of it or the size of the classes or the idea that they're going back to school. So we offer those opportunities, but a lot of our stuff is adult training as well. So care, construction. We've restarted our motor vehicle project, which is taken off really well. We've opened up our new bistro here at Pallion, so if anybody's passing, they need to come and get a coffee.
So can you actually call it? I mean, I've been in, but are the public allowed to come in now?
They're allowed to come in for takeaway at the moment. And we've actually got a takeaway menu. I need to send you the takeaway menu. Right. So we've got a takeaway menu for the bistro, the Aspire Bistro. And it's partly staffed by young people with learning needs, additional learning needs. So they might have autism or Asperger's. So it's really great for them to get some real life work experience in a commercial environment, because we're serving real customers. Just a shame that at the moment in the pandemic, we can't have people sitting in. But absolutely, here at River Green, people can pop in and get a coffee or take one of the menus away and phone an order in.
That's a good thing, because I never knew you could pre-order.
You can pre-order now. I'll get you the menu, and you can have it down there. Might keep you off the Greggs a bit.
Oh, I doubt it, mate. When they're just lying around a bit, you just always eat them. I try not to eat as well. It's just a nightmare. I'll get. Is
this anything but temptation?
That's me all over, mate. Anything but temptation. Well, I'm supposedly, obviously, I'm being well, but I'm supposedly starting to train for this marathon now. So I know I don't know why I even said I would do it, to be honest. Now I've been running. I've been doing like 5K and been absolutely wiped out. And in my mind, I'm thinking 26 mile, man. I don't know.
26 miles a long way.
I know.
Long way.
I don't know. I'll be able to do it. I mean, I didn't train before the Great North Run, and it absolutely killed us. But it's only double that. So it's just like running there and running back, isn't it?
Easy as that.
Aye. Yeah. Well, see, I've always worked on the assumption of what's the point in training? You might as well just be tired once. You know what I mean? So instead of being tired loads of times. No?
What I'll do is I'll support you with me springboard coat on.
Cheers.
But I'll ride along with a bread basket of Greg's on the back. And every time you just look like you're starting to give a little, I'll waft the pasties.
Well, the funny thing is, I'm doing the marathon in Amsterdam, so then I'll be running past. Then I will be wanting Greg's.
You'll be needing to lie down.
I will. But I mean, what March now? It's not till October. It's plenty of time.
Oh, you've got loads of time yet.
Oh, yeah, it can't be that difficult, can it? I mean, I didn't get it wrong. I'm not gonna run a marathon before that one. In my mind, I've got, if I can run 20 miles, the last bit should be easy. Didn't pull that face, man.
I can't even imagine running. I can barely run a bath, honestly.
I've seen you plumbing. I'm sure I'll manage. I'll manage. I'd seen there was a peer run, and that's only 7 miles. I think I'll do that. And I'm gonna do the Sun and Half Marathon. But then you know what happens? It's summer, isn't it? So then I'll be going out. Yay! No, meeting
Pubs
you.
will be open.
Aye, meeting
Pubs
you.
will be open. Enjoying yourself.
Aye. Forget all about running. So,
in your new van.
Yeah, be back to just normal. Aye. Fuck. God, I wish I never mentioned it now. I'm getting all paranoid about it. Aye.
We need to set this bike ride up.
Yeah?
We need to set this bike ride up.
That's what I was going to lead on now, the fitness. So,
yeah.
So you've had an idea of doing a sponsored bike ride with Vix and Springboard, and it's something that you've done before. So what's the...
So some of your watchers might have already done it. For 19 years, we did the Allen Heads big bike ride. So it was the Great Allen Heads bike ride from Allen Heads to Sunderland, cross country. So if you do the coast to coast, it's the last day of the coast to coast if you do it in 3 days. So you leave Allen Heads up Rucker Bank, across it towards Concert, and then you just freewheel all the way down the coast from Concert. You don't even have to touch your pedals. But
well, I'll have to, because I'll be driving the van.
And then we have historically we've always stopped finish line at the Smugglers with a barbecue and a party and a few drinks to celebrate. And now that the pubs is back open, we'll be able to do that. But I think it'd be a great thing to get involved in. We've always just done it as for Springboard's causes, but I think it's an opportunity as well to get people involved in raising some money for either our Springboard Futures or for Vix, and then they can choose which cause they donate to, as you can with the Great North Run. I think it'd be a great initiative to get it back up and running.
I think I won't be doing it, but they've started a bike club here on a Wednesday, so we sort of do a fitness thing every day, and Wednesday is the bike club, and I think up to now they've did it in stages, but I think they're now up to from the ERV to Shields and back, so I'm not really sure how far that is. Must be about 10 miles, is it? 10 miles each way, I would have thought.
P2P is 6. What is it? P2P is 6.5, 7, something like that.
Well, it is, because I've just said I'm going to do that P2P run.
Sure, it is. Yeah. So another 1.5 miles from ARV, maybe? No, half a mile down Roker Avenue.
No, as long as you didn't have to ride back up Roker Avenue. I went with them, right? I bought a bike on that buy a bike at work scheme, whatever it's called. I bought that when I had a job before, and I've used it twice, and then I got into me walking, and I'll get your steps. So I got a watch. So I didn't want to use the bike. So anyway, it's been in the shed, brand new. Gets it out a couple of Wednesdays ago. Cycles with them to suit a lighthouse. Fire. So I had to walk back.
Oh, did you?
Oh,
You didn't have anything
bike. Wounded I was. Wounded. I felt like everyone was just booing us now and they were going past in the car. I was like, I've got a flat tyre, man. I haven't give up.
Walking along, pointing at your tyre as you walk.
It's flat. And the thing is, right, because I know nothing about bikes, but this bike I've got's got a really thin kind of adapter, you know. So I have to have so I had this other bit. I've got someone to drive from here, the RV there, and get his blow my tyre up. Blew my tyre up. He drove away. He wasn't even out of the sight, and the tyre went back down. So I just said, I just can't have to walk. Like, so I ended up just walking back. Like,
you could have had a lift as well.
And I got me steps. But I mean, the fitness stuff's a big part of what we're like today. Like, I mean, moving on, the stuff we do with Springboard, the like kayaking and what I loved as well, which I'm probably into now, just me and my daughter, the gorge walking. So I've been all out doing it now since I did it with Springboard. You know, it is really good, like really, really good.
It's challenging. It is literally. I mean, this is going to sound like I'm just reading off a bloody Springboard script, but you know, it is literally once you take the leap, once you take that step, especially off the step off at Ashkill, it's not just jumping off a cliff into the water. It is actually, I can do things that I'm scared of doing. You know, it is that realization. So it's, people go, oh, it's a cliche, but it has so much value doing stuff like that. Adventure sports, pushing outside of your comfort zone. It really does, especially for people who have got some struggles.
With veterans as well, everyone gives you grief if you're not going to do something. So really, you wouldn't dare. I mean, off that step off, we had one lad out of, I think we've done it 3 times. We've only had one lad wouldn't do it, right? I'll tell you what happened there. He was shitting himself, right? And I was like, went next to him, I was like, hey, and he goes, hold on. And I went, what? And he spat his teeth out in my hand. He spat his teeth in my hand. And I was like, wow. Like, and then he still bottled it. So he's not jumping and I'm standing with his teeth in my hand.
He's still holding his teeth.
Why am I holding them? But I mean,
what you should have done, you'd had some foresight. You should have chucked them in.
I felt like kicking them in, mate, to tell you the truth. If it wasn't for John being all health and safety conscious, I would have.
All health and safety.
All that stuff, Yeah, how big do you think that drop off is?
Oh, it's got to be 25 foot. Got to be.
You reckon?
To the water. You'll do 30 foot by the time you hit the bottom.
Me and Katie, when we went to I can't remember where it was, the Esk Valley, 40 foot we're jumping off.
40 foot.
40 foot. I'm all, yeah, you know what I mean? When you get the edge, 40 foot's a long way down, like a long way down. And then when you're down the bottom, it looks huge. You know, the drop. I mean, it was just gone to the edge and jumping off really quick. That's the plan, like, innit?
If you think about it too much,
talking yourself out of it, like,
you start doubting yourself.
What if I hit the rocks? What if I do that? Didn't give that chance. I was just keeping thinking of Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid. That's what I was thinking. Just do that. And honestly, it's something I've always wanted to do, and I've never done it till I went with Springboard, and it's sort of made us. Now I'm traveling all over the place doing it. Like, you know, I bought all our own kit. It's the reason I've been getting a camper van, so we can drive to places and stay overnight to do it. You know, it's probably ignited something in us. Like, well, I'll probably die now. Like, I'll probably die now straight away. Now I've got all the kit now.
Oh, can we just take that bit out? Thanks to Springboard, I'm probably going to die.
Springboard weren't involved in me dying. I'll just say that.
Just a disclaimer.
It's me who's in charge of all the health and safety for me in the bed. So.
All of the health and safety stuff.
I tell you what, the funny thing there as well, we went to that place and where Springboard took us, just me and the bear. It been raining all night, and I did the jump, and it was really rough. And I said to the bear, probably it's not a good idea to do that. Like, and we went a bit further down now. So you come down, and then the big river, I think it's the Tyne one, and there, and it was really rough as anything. And like an idiot, I said to the bear, should we just jump in? Because we had like things, and obviously she's 15. She's like, wait, I? So we jumped in. So about a mile later, mate, honestly, it's bashed to bits. I couldn't keep out of her. 1 minute she was 100 meters in front of us. 1 minute I was like that next to her. I tell you what, I've had nightmares about it. I've managed to get us out, but we had to climb up a cliff to get away. And after the feelings I've had after that, of why did I do that? That was so stupid. Like, on a night when I went back to the caravan, I couldn't even have a drink without on the night. I was just lying on the settee thinking, what have I done? Because
it's so easy.
Right? When so we knew where we were, you know, just me and her jumping in a massive river that's wild as anything. So
you went super inside out.
Well, the next morning when I got up, I booked the Esk Valley with like an instructor and all that, because I thought I'm not doing no mental like that again. Like, you know, sorry for me doing it, like, but I'll only get rang. I don't know if I kill my daughter.
That wouldn't be good. No.
Nah. She's like that, my lass. She's like
Stop your play.
Very twisty about murdering daughters.
About a daughter. I mean, that years ago.
Too much?
I was going to say years ago, I did me whitewater safety ticket when I was an out. All my tickets have lapsed now, but as an outdoor instructor, you've got to do your whitewater safety ticket. So you go jumping in rivers for fun and rescuing each other, you know. And even when you're in the industry, to when you go and do the training, you still forget how easy it is to be swept away. And so you've got all these young. I know last summer in lockdown, there was a place in Richmond where they were going and jumping off waterfalls and stuff, and the beauty spot they've banned it, but they were all tanked up. They were all going with slabs of beer, and it is literally an accident waiting to happen, you know. But they think fearless. You think, it's just water. It's not
exactly. I mean, we spoke about it after when I got back, but the thing that I didn't think, obviously, well, I'm an idiot because I didn't think, but the thing that I really didn't think of was the stuff under the water, the trees, you know.
That's what causes damage.
Exactly. The stuff that I was bruised, I broke my finger, you know, like stuff I never even thought of. But once again, I didn't think, did I? I just said, should we jump in there? And she's like, yeah, let's do that. Well, I learned my lesson. I won't do it again.
And you did learn your lesson. You're doing it right now. So
I did, mate. I'm doing it right. I'm paying somebody to take the risk so I don't get the blame. I mean, even when we went on that one, Alison was phoning up and saying, what's a cut? And Katie goes, we're jumping 40 foot, like. And she was going, you're not doing it. Put your dad on the phone. And I was like, nah, she's not doing that, like, not doing that. Then on the drive home, she's like, yeah, we did it. She kind of come and watch her now, like, she kind of come and watch. Like. Well, I tell you, we booked that Reay for order, like, we booked that for the end of May. And we watched the program about it last night on TV, and our mum was like, I'm not coming anywhere, I need to watch that, like.
As much as you think, as much as you know you're secure, you have a double line on, harness with a double line, so you at no point are you not hooked in. It's still terrifying, even for somebody who works in the industry. It's still terrifying.
Well, we were laughing last night because I said to Katie, I'm on a rocket, like when you're on, because I've got a GoPro. And I was just, I'm going to film you, I'm going to rock it all over the place. Like. But she was like, I'm going to do that to you. So then I thought,
you'll be the one the phone ambulance for. You'll not leave go.
I'm stuck there for ages.
We've got somebody stuck on the rocks. When you go, what I was surprised about was because it's so heavily used, it's a professional outfit, you know, it's not fly by night, but you get hold of some of the climbing holes and the move in the rocks. So you get all of a handhold and it'll move in your hand. You think this is coming out, and you look down and you look down into the valley below you. It's unnerving.
Oh, thanks for that, Steve.
No, you're welcome. I'm
You'll be on the phone when I'm up there, won't you? You'll be on the phone. Are you on there? Are you on there? You know, to be honest, with lockdown and not being able to do stuff, I'm dying to do anything.
And I think there's going to be a big talking about training. There's going to be a big release in people just wanting to do something, outdoor sports, socialising, pubs, training, getting back into, you know, pushing themselves forward. However that is, there's going to be this massive release. Even with the most positive mental health in the world, people's got cabin fever. You know, so
I mean,
testing time. It's been a testing time.
Now it's getting lighter nights. Like when I'm finishing work and I'm sort of basically gone indoors and locking the door, and that's 6 o'clock at night. You know what I mean? That's no life, is it? You know, you're indoors there for like 12, 14 hours. You know, before lockdowns happened, I'd be lucky if I got me tea by 10 o'clock. You know, by the time I've done everything I wanted to do, and then I'm watching our telly and going to bed. Now I think I've completed Netflix. I've watched that much TV, man. It's just unbelievable. You're waiting for something else to come out. No,
just something there.
The other day, I mean, I was bad, but the other day, I watched 8 hours of a program, right, in bed on Netflix that I didn't even like, and I didn't like it, but because I'd invested an hour into it, I decided to invest another 7 hours. I mean,
in for a penny, in for a pound.
You know what I mean? It's not going to beat us. It's not going to beat us, David. 8 hours. 8 hours of an absolutely rubbish program. And then at the end, when it finished, it said there was going to be a season 2, and I was like, I'm out. Like, I'm tapping out. I can't do another 8 hours of that. Like,
I'm out. I cannot. Netflix is not box sets and things like that. Not something I can get into.
No,
just cannot do it.
Well, can you? I mean, years ago, if something was on for an hour, you have to wait a week to watch it again. I always forgot what was happening. You know. Now, can you remember The Sopranos? Have you ever seen? So that was my favorite.
I watched the first one and I didn't watch it.
Well, that was my favorite ever TV program, and I would stop up 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning after going to work, but because we had the DVDs, was like, yes, look, one more, and it's addictive, mate. It's addictive.
Aye.
Right, yeah. Thank you so much for coming on, mate. I don't want to take any much more of your time because I know you're so busy. What I want to say is, I can't thank you enough for everything you've done. Right, you've made my life a lot easier. You made the veterans in Sunderland's life a lot better, and I appreciate everything you've done for us. And I don't.
Thanks for that, Jeff.
That's all right. I don't say that to many people, mate. You know, so I really do appreciate what you've done.
I don't think I've ever heard you say a thank you to anybody outside of the Vicks anywhere.
No, just Greg's, mate. Just Greg's.
Just Greg's. I'm just kidding. No, it's the start of great things. I think it's like I say, it's the opportunity for your permanent base, your permanent football.
Two local people, 2 local services getting together, and great things are going to happen from it, mate.
Can only be positive for the city.
All right. Cheers, Dave. You enjoy the rest
of
your
day.
No bother. Thank you, mate. Bye.